This remade project is a creative reinterpretation inspired by the original TV show. It is not affiliated with, endorsed by, or sponsored by the creators, producers, or distributors of the original show. Any similarities to the characters, storylines, or themes of the original show are purely coincidental and unintentional. This remade project is a work of fan appreciation and is intended solely for entertainment purposes. No copyright infringement is intended. All intellectual property rights to the original TV show are owned by their respective copyright holders. The creator of this remade project make no claims of ownership to the original material and seek to acknowledge and respect the source material. Viewers are encouraged to support the official release and enjoy the original TV show as intended by its creators. This remade project is a celebration of the original work and is not intended to replace or compete with the original content. By engaging with this remade project, viewers acknowledge and understand the fan-made nature of the work and the absence of any official association with the original creators.
Yo, what's going on, peeps? It's your main man, Jeff, and my lovely lady, Bridget, coming at you live from the Total Drama Aftermath set. Can you believe it's been 16 years since we first started hanging out here?
Time surely flies when you're having fun, Jeff. And let me tell you, we've had a blast hosting the Aftermath all these years.
No doubt about that, Bridge babe. But guess what, folks? We've got something major to drop on you today. It's like the most epic news ever!
That's right. Get ready for it, because we're bringing you the all-new, supercharged, and totally revamped Total Drama Aftermath.
You heard it here first, dudes! We've been cooking up some seriously gnarly changes to make the Aftermath even more awesome!
We've got some wicked guest interviews lined up. Old Total Drama faves and some new faces, too. Get ready to catch up with your favorite contestants and see what they've been up to. But first off, it's time to answer some questions for you fans out there. We just know you've been dying to know the former players' life updates. So now's the chance you get the clarity and recognition you've been waiting for.
So without further ado, let's jump right into these questions. User NK4W asks, who's your favorite player besides yourself? Pretty good question. You want to take it first, Bridge?
Not a problem. You're gonna be shocked when I say this, but Heather. I know. But I have a good reason to back up my claim. Though she's turned into a new leaf now, I can't say she's my favorite contestant, but she's definitely my favorite player. She knew the ins and outs to avoid elimination after all.
Oh yeah. Heather totally deserved to win Season 3. I initially was rooting for Cody since he pretty much was the only underdog. But with Sierra constantly around, he unfortunately didn't get the opportunity to win. He definitely lasted longer than a lot of people would have expected though. But mine would have to be Owen. That guy was a brick house all the seasons he competed. Most importantly, bro knew how to party.
Very good point you brought up, my love. Thanks so much for the question. Next one we have here is from OctoX Plays. It says, is Julia and Blanley related? I actually don't know much about Blanley's family background, but now that you made mention of it, they kind of do look identical the more you look at it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. There's been conspiracy theories out there that some of the past contestants are related to other contestants, and even the hosts themselves. Isn't that totally bonkers?
Wow, well that's new. Looks like we have more investigating to do. But I'm willing to bet that they are probably family members. Thanks for the question, Octo.
Next up, we have Sticky Note and Friends. They asked, do you have any kids? Heck yeah, we do! Those little ones is why I keep going the way I do. They're my motivation, man.
We were so blessed to have 2 bundles of joy. Never did I ever think that I was gonna birth twins. But here we are now. Those cute little things. I wish we would have brought them here, Jeff.
True that. Thank God for nannies, though. Shout out to ours. And thanks for the question, dude. People have been wanting to know if we started a family or not.
Wow, this one here asked a lot. Please keep in mind we're only answering questions pertaining to us as of right now. There will be plenty of time to ask questions for the guests as they make their appearances. Another Powerpuff asks, Bridget, what was your favorite moment with Jeff?
Oh man. Hey babe, remember you got shocked in your own electric chair because you couldn't admit your true feelings about me?
Oh God, not my brightest moment. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I have fond memories of that. Then we had a wicked makeout session afterwards. So it was a win-win situation for me. Hang on, here's another question from another Powerpuff. Jeff, what did you name your kids? If you have any. Their names are Monty and Rachel. Thanks for the question, my man.
Error 503, Yoshi asks, to everyone, do any of you guys think Blanley should have competed in at least one more season after World Tour even after all those years had gone by? That's an easy question to answer. To put it simply, Blanley and Chris are a lot alike. She's the type to only be interested in hosting instead of competing. So personally, I wouldn't think she'd be interested even if she was handed the opportunity. But to host a future season, that's something she just might consider.
You couldn't have worded that any more perfectly, babe. Blanley's sort of a wild card. You don't always know her exact motive when it comes to certain things. I mean, we're talking about a middle-aged Jemmy Award nominee. So with something like that under her belt, there's no way she'd ever compete again.
Very intuitive question, Yoshi. Shout out to you. Next question comes from Watermelon Cat Lover. Why were you so happy when Heather won Total Drama World Tour, even if she's your enemy? I want to see all contestants in TDI. Well, Cat Lover, it's like I said previously, Heather's best season was World Tour when you think about it. She won mainly because there was drama going on the entire season without her being involved. You can pretty much say she flew under the radar the entire time. That, and she was doing great at every challenge. More people were rooting for Alejandro, but in the end, Heather deserved the win, in my opinion.
You're gonna get the opportunity to see every last contestant. You have our word, bud. Thanks for the question. Sage3582 asks, what was your biggest mistake in the show? There were a lot of mistakes I've made, but if I had to choose, I'd probably say goofing off with Brody in the spin-off season. But then again, we did win. Heck, most would probably point out my mistake for me and say that I've made out with this fine blondie sitting next to me entirely too much in season 2.
Easy, Jeff. You don't want to start something you can't finish now.
Wanna bet?
No, it's fine. Next question says to Bridget, are you still friends with Courtney, Gwen, and Lashana? Coming from TD Himbo. Of course. I still keep in close touch with them to this day. I never had an issue making friends with people very quickly. My parents always said I was a people person, after all. Thanks for the question, TD Himbo.
Next up, we have Cinnamon9859. Oh man, I sure can go for some sticky buns right about now just from that name. It says, question for everyone. Do you guys plan on jumping Christopher McLean? And yes, I said clean on purpose because that guy is totally aging like fine wine, or it could potentially be a body double. Anyway, there were plenty of times I wanted to strangle him. I genuinely don't think he's a bad guy. He was so chill with us in season 1. The last time I'd been to a summer camp, we couldn't even eat at the same table as the girls. The chaperones were hella strict. Over time, though, I started to notice a shift in his personality once they had a bigger budget in later seasons. Though I did feel like he was trying to kill us. I don't think he's that type of guy to just let someone die in front of millions of people watching the show.
May I add to that? I do agree with your point, but what about all of those interns he sacrificed just to ensure that the real competitors are able to do certain challenges?
That certainly is a question we'll have to answer when a guest asks. They just might have more intel than we do. Thanks for the question though, Cinnamon.
We have time for just 2 more questions. This is a pre-show, so we're very limited. But don't worry, we'll answer the rest of them when we invite our first 3 special guests. Once again, we have a bunch of questions in one, but I'll take the first, and Jeff will take the second. So Jace Dorset, cool boy, asks, what do you think of the reboot?
I'm assuming he's asking about the new season. It gives me bittersweet memories from the times we competed. I'm especially a fan of Priya and Caleb's relationship. I'm rooting for them to be the modern total drama power couple.
Yeah, the reboot is pretty cool. We run rings around them when it comes to the cast selection, though. I'm not opposed to a OG and new generation season. Take notes, Chris. This could bring you some major cash if you execute this. But I'll take question number 5. Are Jeff and Brody still bros? Heck yeah, we are! We go together like mashed potatoes and gravy, man. I still remember high school. Such precious memories. Brody, if you're watching this, you better come to the show. That'd be sick!
Maybe we should invite a few memorable ridonkulous race characters. I'll take note of that. But unfortunately, guys, this is where we have to end the show. We thank you guys so much for tuning in all around the world to our new and improved Aftermath pre-show. With your guys' character suggestions, we'll tally up the votes and have them on as soon as possible.
But for now, stay cool, dudes, and stay tuned for updates and announcements for our very first Aftermath episode. Jeff and Bridget signing off.